right here. Look everybody. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Happy New Year's, everybody. Happy New Year's Eve, I should say. We still get a few more hours here in the Eastern Standard State of Florida. So I wanted to come in here with my nephew, Benny, and we wanted to say happy. He keeps on looking at himself over here. So you gotta look at everybody here. Say hi. So are you gonna tell everybody? Say hi or harder. Say harder. Oh, you gonna do the heart? You gonna do the heart? Okay. Okay. Let's do the heart. He wants to tell you guys one more sentence before he gets out of here. Put your hand like that. Remember we practice? Like that. Yeah. This is the best you guys are gonna get. You say harder.
Higher.
Say heart. I love. Say Happy New Year's and I love you guys. Say it. Say it. Say I love you guys.
I love the guys.
That's all you guys are gonna get, you guys.
Ooh.
All right, Ben. So happy New Year's, you guys. That was my nephew Benny. He wanted to come in here with me for a little bit. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna be here for a short time. I just wanted to come in here and say Happy New Year's with you guys before the end of the year. I'm so excited. I love Christmas time, holiday time, New Year's. I love it all. So here's a statement, a comment. We're gonna start this conversation. It's gonna be like 15, 20 minutes, and that's it, right? So the statement is, it would be a fair comment to say that the people we have the greatest respect for are those who have accepted responsibility for every aspect of their lives. These individuals rarely duck responsibility by blaming someone else. When faced with an unfavorable situation, they are usually aware they have attracted the negative circumstance and know everything they need to do to make a change. When it happens, they merely learn their lesson and keep reaching out, reaching above, reaching beyond, taking responsibility for whatever happens every step of the way. So I did this training earlier in the year with Bob Proctor. Hi, and I did it with Peter. So hi, Peter, if you happen to be listening. And I wanted to come in here and say this statement to each and every single one of you and say that whatever happened in 2024, it's done. You did it, it's done. You can't take it back. We can't go back. And we ain't going back, right? You did it, it's done. Now what are you gonna do? You made mistakes, you had so much fun, you changed job, you left that relationships, you're no longer talking to that family member, or you are talking to that family member, you had a child, you didn't have a child, you had good moments, you had amazing moments, and then you had not so amazing moments, and probably a lot of not so amazing moments, right? It's done. Whatever you did or didn't do, it's done. So I wanted to come in here and say your wins, your your failure, your mistakes, your errors, like all of the stuff that happened or didn't happen or should have happened, take it with you because you're going to need it. Those were simply building blocks for 2025 and beyond. So it's okay. You probably had some losses, family members you've lost, and the pain and the hurt and on the unforgiveness, all of that stuff, use it to fuel your 2025, whatever that looks like for you. You made the mistakes. Close the door. You made the mistakes, but you had a lot of wins as well, right? You had so many wins, and I'm here to say good job, amazing job. Why? Because you stuck in the race. You didn't have to. You could have tapped yourself out a long time ago in terms of you could have given up. You could have walked away. You could have said, this ain't for me. Or maybe you needed to say that in order to move forward. But whatever it is, you're still fighting and keep fighting. And I am here to say, job well done, right? Job well done. Thank you for showing up for yourself. The quote or the words I just read was from Bob Proctor, and it's about responsibility. Taking responsibility for your choices, your decisions, because they're yours. When a person takes responsibility for their life and the results they are obtaining, they will cease to blame others for them. It says here, since you cannot change other people, blame is inappropriate. Blaming others causes a person to remain bound. I don't want to remain bound. Do you? No. In a prison of their own making. When you take responsibility, blame is eliminated and you are free to grow. Whatever happened or didn't happen this year, this amazing year, thank God is over. Thank God you lived through it, you know, um, and you're here on this last day of the year. We made it, y'all. Hey, I have my glass. I always have my shades for you guys, or my little mirror thingy. My other glass. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find it, I have it here. How dare I get on here and not share my little shades that I have? So, so excited. Here you go, you guys. Here it is. Here it is. Because you guys remember this. Here's my other one. Here's my one I did for Christmas. In case you guys forgot, I'm going to remind you. Wasn't that cute? I know, it was cute. So, you see how I got sidetracked? I know. That's one of my thing, you guys. Just work with me here. And then my sister who came down from Boston, Sherry, she brought me these ones. But these ones are super cute. Look, I was like, you should have brought these for Christmas. Are you guys of the mindset that for me, Christmas is until the end of the year? Husband is like, no, Christmas ends on Christmas Day, which is 25 or 26 or whatever. I was like, no, Christmas is until the end of the year. So let me go what you guys think about that. I think Christmas is until the end of the year. But anyways, so these are the other glasses. Apparently glasses are my thing, right? And then here are the ones for New Year's. Here are the ones for New Year's before Ben comes back in here and disturb or takes them from me. Aren't they cute? Ah, and it matches what I got going on. Look, you guys. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the colors. Yeah. So I got sidetracked for a minute there telling you guys about my shades. But let me bring myself back. Where was I? I was talking about responsibility and taking responsibility for your actions and not blaming others for what they did or didn't do. Your decision, your life, your choice. So don't fall into the trap of blaming other people because like your mom or the folks back in the day used to say you can't point one finger because you got four more pointing back at you, right? You got four more pointing back at you. And like our good friend Henry Ford says, whether you decide, your choice. If you say that you can or you can't, it's true. So I'm here to pat you on the back. I tell my students all the time, pat yourself on the back for showing up for yourself. Pat yourself on the back for not giving up, right? And not giving that person a piece of your mind because they don't deserve it, right? And not walking away and just throwing in the towel, because sometimes, or I should say a lot of times, it's easier, right? It's easier to just give up, walk away, and just call it a day, right? Oh my goodness, it's so much easier. But there's some of us out there, like myself, that you're meant for more. You know that you can do more. You know that there's something out there for you to discover your God-given purpose or passion or aspiration. And that what where you are right now, it's okay because it's a stepping stone, right? It's like your foundation. You're building that foundation to allow you to plummet into your next. What's your next for 2025? What does that look like? By now, you should already have your vision statement. What is your vision statement? If you guys don't know, I did my newsletter. I have a newsletter on LinkedIn. Um, Dr. Dale reports emotions in you, of course, emotional intelligence in you. And the I got it from Florencia Andres. That's a training that I'm doing with her as it relates to my courses. And she talks about this vision statement, the statement that you want for the year. And it's not having a bunch of goals and just a checklist. No, it's beyond that, right? You want to get deeper than that, right? Which is why sometimes a lot of our goals that we have for ourselves for the year, when we start the beginning of the year, it doesn't last, it doesn't stay, right? We don't stick with them. And why? Because they are superficial. And you need to go a little bit deeper as to the why. When you know your why, Simon Sinek, when you know your why, then you can move on to your next. What does your next look like? But you need to know your why. And my newsletter, I gave the 3 steps for you to get into your why, your vision statements, your wheel of life. You should know what that is. It has like 8 or 9 different parts to go deeper. And if you're honest with yourself, then you're able to decipher what areas you're weak in. Is it work? Is it health? Is it relationships? All of the different areas. And then, finances. What is it that you need to focus on for 2025? And then you use that to develop your plan, to and you can use like a calendar. What do you call that? The year at a glance, the calendar at a glance for the entire year, and you push them into the each different month. Every month, the task that relates to that goal that you want to accomplish. I know I'm giving you the slim down version, but you're gonna have to do your homework, okay? You're gonna have to develop some discipline, some confidence in yourself, and put in the work. I'm sorry to tell you, there's no better way. I don't care out there who's telling you that you can do it at the flicker of a switch. That's not true. You gotta put in the work, because if you don't put in the work, it's not gonna stay. It's just not gonna stick, and it's not gonna stay. You get somebody else to do it for you, then you don't know the value of what you've done. When I was doing my doctorate in business administration, I wanted to quit, and you could ask everybody that knows me personally on a deeper level. I wanted to quit, probably 2, 3 times a month. I wanted to quit, and I cried, and I would vent, and I would just, pout because I didn't want to finish, right? I didn't want to finish. I was just done with school. I was like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I do this? So I came to that point, and I need you to do the same thing, right? I need you to. I can't believe you got that for me, ma. So I can't. So that's what happens, right? So I did that, but in the end, your girl was ever so proud of her past self for sticking with it. It's not easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's not easy. Nothing that you put your mind to do, whether it's a training you want to do, a certification, a degree, shoot for that promotion, start your own business, whatever that level up looks like for you, it's not gonna be easy, but it's totally, 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 totally worth it. I was reading my one of the posts from my one of my HRABC members and friends, Susan Bigler. She said her word for the year is create. I think that's what she said it was. What is your word for 2025? What is that word that is going to, every time you see it, you're going to put it on the walls in front of you. You're going to put it on your mirror in the bathroom. Every time you see it, it's going to push you to do something, to move in the direction of your vision, right? And I was telling you guys the vision that I put in my newsletter from LinkedIn, it has the statement. And the statement starts with, by the end of 2025, I am living a life what's that vision? Insert it there. And it says, I feel what? What are the emotions that you feel, that you're going to be feeling when you have that vision accomplished? And then finally, I am proud of. What are you proud of? What are you going to be proud of? What is that achievement that you're going to insert there? Right? What does that look like? How does that feel? Right? That vision when you finally achieve it. But you got to put in the work. So I'm here to say thank you for showing up for you. Thank you for showing up for all the people in your life. Thank you for showing up for the people that don't recognize that you have done the work. Thank you for showing up for your future self. Thank you for showing up for your kids. Thank you for showing up for that boss or that loved one or that husband or that boyfriend that do not know your worth. Thank you for showing up in spite of it. And I hope that now that you see how much you have done when you look back on the year, you thank yourself. And you thank yourself by loving yourself and saying, you know, creating your statement and says, this is going to be my non-negotiable statement, my non-negotiable vision, my non-negotiable word that I'm going to use to guide me in 2025. I pray blessings and peace. Oh, peace. I love my peace. Do you want peace? Do you have peace? Is that something you want for 2025? You got a little bit of it this year, but you want more of it next year. What does that look like? Right? So make sure that you are showing up for yourself in 2025. If you didn't do it as well as you wanted to do it this year, then you better darn well make sure you do it next year, right? You get a next chance because you're still alive. And as long as there's life, there is an opportunity, right? The people that had gone on, if you had loved ones and friends that are no longer here on this earth, because they have shared, because you have interacted with them, you have shared with them, you've had experiences with them, they are with you. A part of them that they have shared is with you. Use that. Use that as a vehicle tool to get that engine and push yourself forward. I It's not easy. I know. Out here in these streets is hard. I don't, there's no other way. You gotta push through it. You can do it. I know you can do it. And if you believe in, God, I believe, and I say all the time, I believe in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. My family does. Whatever God you believe in, run with that. You got to have a higher power. Tap into that. Tap into your supporters. If you have supporters in your life right now that are not supporting you the way that they need to from a loving standpoint, then maybe you need to get new supporters. Maybe you need to get new, new people around you. But thank you. Thank you. I thank you for loving and supporting yourself in whatever way you did this year. And I want to be the first to say, I want to be the first to say, before December 2025 of next year, good job. We are here again, and you did the darn thing. I see it. I feel it for you. I want you to hope, pray, manifest with me. I see it. I feel it for myself. For all of the goals. I got lofty goals on my list, you guys. I got some lofty goals on my list, right? And I am just here to say, put some lofty goals on your list. Shoot for them, shoot for that star. And if you don't get that star, like they say, as who cares? You will end among the sky and you're still up there. So I don't want to be up there alone. Come with me. But I can't do the work for you. No, 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 no. You got to do the work for yourself. And trust me when I tell you, baby boy, baby girl, when you do that work for yourself and you look back on that, ain't nobody can take it away for you from you because you know how hard you work to do it, to get there, to achieve that. And you have a pride, a sense of pride and accomplishment and confidence. Confidence because you did it in spite of what other people around you said, in spite of what your sometimes your trauma or past experiences have told you, negative self-talk, in spite of it. Stop. We're done with all of the negative self-talk and not healing and not being emotionally mature about what we feel and what we need and what we want and not having boundaries. That stuff is done with. We know how to effectively communicate and be empathetic, be open to whatever it is that the person that's around you, they're sharing something about you. It probably may not be necessarily something that's good, but it's something that you need. It's something that you need. My husband told me the other day, he told me something and he's like, you weren't as kind as you are thinking that you were. And I'm honest with you, that kind of hurt, but he probably was right. Because if you think about it, the farther away from the memory you get of who you think you were or who you were in the past, because I definitely was not, and I say this all the time on here, I definitely was not self aware. I definitely did not allow people to tell me anything because I knew it all. Me, I knew it all. And nobody couldn't tell me anything different. But I was open. Now I'm open to hearing their feedback and knowing that they're coming from a place of love, right? Especially if they're sharing it, from an empathetic, understanding, want me to grow, want me to do better way. They're not dismissing me. They're not, you know, using profanity. They're not putting me down. They're not making me feel bad. They're sharing from a loving standpoint. Are you doing that with yourself? Are you allowing other people to do that with you? Food for thought, right? So in all the Bible says, part of the Bible, don't ask me where it's at, somewhere in Proverbs, I think. In all of your getting, get understanding. What understanding are you getting? When I hear that word, that verse, I hear understanding of life, understanding of me most of all. The only person I can be a CEO of is me. Me. Meaning get to know me better, understand me better, right? And accept what the faults are. Yes, I have those faults. I'm working on them. I'm always working on them. I'm always working on them. And then having people around you that give you feedback. Hey, was an issue, a main issue that I had, I don't know, 6 months ago. Is that something you're still seeing from me? Do you have friends that you can have those kind of conversation with? Because I'll tell you right now, you are not perfect. And if you're acting and going around pointing fingers and telling people how this they are and how that they are, you're not perfect. And you're not supposed to be because we are perfectly imperfect with God. Again, whatever God you believe in, my God is the Lord Savior Jesus Christ. I am perfectly imperfect. You are perfectly imperfect. Accept that. Be okay with that. So you got some bad attitude and personality and whatever it is, work at it, deal with it, fix it, work on it. That's the only way you're gonna heal it, right? But you don't heal it by ignoring it. First of all, you do not heal it by ignoring it. So stop ignoring it. Accept it. Own it. Because the minute you own it, they can no longer use it against you. they can no longer use it against you. So that's my spiel for 2024. Before we get out of here, I'm here giving you kudos for showing up for you this entire year. I'm here giving you kudos and love and appreciation. Thank you for viewing my podcast, A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. This year have been, let me tell you, a friend of mine, Kenson, he asked me that I accomplish all of the things that I had that I wanted to do this year. And I tell him half the things I did, I didn't even have it on my list. But because I did more than what I had on my list. And that's only because I stuck to the list that I had, meaning I did this, and because of this, this happened. The opportunity came up for this. Somebody reached out for this. This contract was signed for that. But because I kept showing up, you gotta keep showing up. Show up for you. If you don't do it for anybody else, do it for you. Do it for your future self, right? Because you're gonna thank yourself in the future. You're gonna be like, thank you for finishing that degree, Dale. Like I finally did when I walked across that stage, right? Like I finally did when I, finished that book or whatever. And I did it just to like, let me see if I can do this. You can do that too. You can do more than that. We all can. It's just a matter of you deciding. Decide that you can, because you can. So with that, I'm gonna leave you guys. This was just a conversation. What did I say was gonna be 20, 15 minutes? It ended up being like 28, 27 minutes, because that's what the spirit wanted me to share with you guys. So happy New Year's with your friends and your family. Be safe, most important. Be safe. Give your kids, your loved ones, your all of them a lot of hugs, and because we are and we should be thankful for being alive, to making it this far. That's what. If you're not thankful for anything else, be thankful for that. Your loved ones that are not here, they would want you to be happy. So be happy and go make other people happy. Go feel good and make other people feel good. Okay? So I'll see you guys next week, next year, for another episode of A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. Bye, you guys. Oh my goodness. This was so much fun, you guys. Next week or next year. Bye. Thank you for being here and supporting this channel. If you enjoyed this episode and this content, it would mean a lot to me if you would take a few seconds to ensure you are subscribed to A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. Click the notification bell to receive notification. Share it with someone you think may need it. And let's continue to become more intelligent with our emotions. Thank you. See you later.